Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. The UK and Ireland remote Duel Extravaganza happened just last weekend, and today we are bringing you a top cut list from Stephen Roberts, who piloted an Invoked Dogmatika Shaddoll deck, or DIS as he's called it, Dogma Invoked Shaddoll. So we're going to be running through the list itself and getting some commentary from Stephen discussing choices on particular ratios, why he went for this deck in particular, and all the other good stuff that you want. So we'll kick off with why he chose the deck. He's actually been playing it since the previous ban list happened. He's very confident with it and he prefers control decks to combo at the moment. And he obviously notes that it's really good in the current meta. Let's take a look at the list detail itself. So 1 Fleur, 1 Ecclesia, 3 Servant, 1 Punishment. We often see this brought in at 2. 3 Invoker, 1 Terraforming, 3 Meltdown, 2 Invocation, 3 Super Poly, 3 Phantasme, back in the meta again. I really enjoy this card being in the meta. And then 3 Ash, 1 Beast, 1 Dragon, 2 Squamata, 1 Ariel, 1 Wendy, 2 Wendy, 1 Hedgehog, 1 El Shaddoll, 3 Normal Shaddoll, 1 Schism, 1 Incarnation, 2 Prosperity, 1 Dusters. So just my eyeballing it, he's got 7 fusion spells plus the invocation, so you probably got like plenty of access to fusion spells, because you know, 8 immediately there, 9, 12, that's 16, plus the prosperities on top of that, so loads and loads of access to the fusion spells. Plus you can obviously just search the Schism if you need to. Otherwise, interesting to see Super Poly being very impactful, so being mained at the moment. And then I'm not super familiar with the Invoked Dogma Shaddoll lineup of Shaddoll monsters at this point in time, but interesting thing from my side at least is the only light targets you have in the deck are from the Dogmatika engine. There are no other light targets as far as I can tell. So if you want to summon Construct, you're going to have to send one of these, but not an issue because Servant can just add back the card from the graveyard anyway, so that's pretty interesting. And then no Nib in the main or the side deck. I think Nib has been noted to really underperform in the current format because it doesn't work against this kind of deck, it doesn't work against a lot of the trap decks, and it doesn't really work against a lot of the combo decks, which normally put out something to stop Nib fairly early on. Looking at the extra deck, we've got double Macabre, 1 Ogades, 1 Ragin, 2 Construct, 2 Alkalone, 2 Window, 1 Anaconda, Gravity Controller, 1 Moon Maiden instead of the Almirage line of play, then 1 Venom, Fusion Dragon, and 1 Untis. So you've always got good Super Poly targets with the Venom in the deck, and then you've only got 1 Punishment, so you only need 1 Untis. Side deck, Triple Retaliating Sea. This is an interesting one. Hasn't come up for a while, so let's just read through the effect. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way while this card is face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead, and if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Earth Insect type monster with 1500 or less attacks, that includes itself, from your deck, except for Retaliating Sea, of course. So don't think there are any search targets. Yeah, no search targets for the Retaliating Sea. But the important part is the anything being sent to the grave gets banished. So you can play this against your opponent's Shaddoll fusions, their Dragon Link, they've got the Quick Launch, which summons stuff. So lots of different spell cards in the game that are summoning monsters at the moment. Then you've got Triple Cosmic, Triple Talents, Triple Judgment, and Triple Draw. I think these are all pretty standard side deck choices, but maybe we'll get some extra commentary from Stephen on the reasoning behind those. In terms of the unusual ratios, he said playing 2 Prosperity on 1 Feather Duster in the main is a bit weird. He just did it because space was quite tight, but other than that it was pretty standard. In terms of special techs, he said that Retaliating Sea was his really good pick. Sided it in for the Mirror Match or for Prankids or Drytron. Oh yeah, you can play against Prankids as well, that's quite cool. Those types of combo decks, it really hinders them with the Macrocosmos-like effect, and then you can just link summon with it on your own turn. In terms of changes, to the list given how it worked at the event. He said maybe he would try to find space for a third pot of Prosperity for extra consistency if he could fit it in, and the new Shaddoll Genius seems really good for breaking boards going second as well. What comes out of the main deck when he's side, of course, because you do need a way to fit in all of these side deck cards. So he says it depends on the matchup, but a lot of the time it's the Resh and or the Punishment going second. Phantasmes or Super Volley can come out if they're not good for the matchup, and a few bricks like the Shaddoll cards that aren't necessarily crucial. In terms of the matchups on the day, round 1 he ended up with a bye, round 2 he had Danger Thunder, Dino Dragoon, interesting, round 3 Dragon Link, round 4 the Mirror Match, round 5 Prankids, round 6 Crusadia Dragon Link, which you may have seen the list for I think on some other channels, and then round 7 against Zoo Eldritch. So apart from rounds 1 and 2, I think pretty standard. You know, the Crusadia take on Dragon Link is a little bit different, but the combo is very potent as well, and just people picking different extenders basically. What does his deck struggle against, I asked. He said across the weekend he think it really struggled versus Dragon Link if he would open poorly going first, or no going second cards when he was going second, because they could just auto win if they make the big combo when they go first, or OTK you if they go second and your board isn't strong enough. Also, Eldritch is a bit tricky because he doesn't play a lot of back row removal in the main, so cards like Phantasme are eating up those spots and not getting any value there, which is a bit difficult to work with. In terms of the best moment from the event, he said definitely first of all winning the winner match on a Saturday evening to get free entry for the main event. It gave him a lot of confidence after doing poorly in the Giant card. And then a big moment was winning game 1 versus Prankids, which was 45 minutes long, so the match ended in a draw, but he could have easily lost it if he made any mistakes, as he was on the back foot for most of game 1. Now, huge shout outs as always go to Ninja Cake Cards, Bose Boys, and all his friends like Owen, Luke, Connor, Jara, James, Josh, and Matt for the support, and for everyone else from his locals. And he's also giving a quick shout out to the channel for doing his deck profile, and also to Ollie for winning the event. Very, very cool deck there, and beating him in the final round. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this list. Remember, you can grab the DB download link in the description if you want to check it out and give it a whirl. And yeah, that's about it from us. Don't forget you can check out the Salted Accessories binders review on the channel if you're interested in picking up some premium quality binders for looking after your cards. Take a look at that review, let me know if you think that's the kind of product that you would go for, and hopefully we'll be seeing some more Extravaganza deck profiles on the channel soon.